And we are here for the final game of this Mildura adventure here for Statewide Stampede. We've got Corey up jamming with another 22, which is Pipsqueak.
Yeah, Pipsqueak for the Diamond Firetails.
Both jammers have popped out the front. Looks like Corey has lead and is slightly in front.
It's a nice, quick first jam.
We've got an official timeout for some technical difficulties. I think that jam was so fast that we just completely missed it.
Just all of a sudden, we're going. So for those watching on the stream, we have the Diamond Firetails playing in the white, and we have Ballarat's Rat Pack playing in the black. I'm Scouticus.
I'm Razorback.
And we're again on the final game of the day, like we were yesterday. But now, final game of the day, and then we're at the final of the weekend.
And we're even tireder than yesterday. Free Show Francis out there to jam for Ballarat in this next jam.
Oh, I love seeing them jam.
Me too. And Beetlejuice for the Firetails.
That's right. If you're watching on the stream,
looks like
get in the chat.
Officials issue is sorted out at this end.
And there's that 5 seconds.
And we're on. Freak Show Francis with a run up.
Yeah.
Beautiful footwork through the inside, picks up lead. Beetlejuice clear on their initial. Four points picked up by the Ballarat jammer, and the jammer's cold. Looks like we have OG out to jam for Ballarat and Honeybee maybe for the Firetails.
Yes, I believe so.
We've had some last-minute call-ups by various skaters helping out other teams. So if we get people's names wrong, we are sorry. We've done our best to make notes of everything.
That's true. We've got scribble all over our paperwork.
OG picking up lead for Ballarat. And it's a power jam as the Firetails jammer has gone to the penalty box. Cyclo with some nice offense there on the inside line, helping OG score 4 points on that pass. OG in there on a second scoring pass at the moment. Cyclo attempting the offense. And the Firetails jammer back on track. Firetails jammer is still on their initial. 4 points picked up there by OG.
It's amazing to see so many guest skaters on both teams. It's been a very long weekend and everyone is exhausted.
Agree. All right. Points going to both teams in that jam.
Yeah, that looks like just waiting on some final points up there. All right. 10-point jam for the Rat Pack, putting them on 17, and 4-point jam for Firetails, putting them on 4.
Looks like we've got the battle of the 22s.
Yeah.
Is that two little ducks?
It is.
Ooh, we got 4 little ducks out there.
I've seen some ducks around the place this weekend.
As have I. And it's number 22 out with the lead for Ballarat.
Oh, big
massive
hit.
hit there by Alice.
Wow.
And the run back all the way to the back. Firetails Jammer still on their initial. Corey picking up 4 points on that pass. And that is a cut track call on the Firetails Jammer.
I think everyone near and far felt that one, felt that Alice smackdown.
Absolutely. We've got a power jam for Ballarat at the moment. Corey picking up 4 points on that pass.
Firetail blockers are doing on his bunions and a Jack Spite. The Sevens doing all they can to try stop Corey from getting through to pick up more points.
And that is a back block call on the Firetails Jammer, who's heading back to the penalty box. Corey in on another scoring pass. Makes short work of that pack and is through with another 4-point pass. That's 16 points so far, and the jam is called.
Yeah, call that one off.
Oh! Slaughter. Official timeout.
Official timeout. Let's do that. Shall we go through, and we can get through a team roster, perhaps?
Yeah, let's do it.
Either, whatever. Whichever. One of them. All right. Let's go through the roster for the Diamond Firetails. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, Disgrace, 155, Power Ranger, 160, Little Fury, 22, Pipsqueak, 351, Watto, number 7, Jack Spite, 777, Bunyan, 84, Beetle Dukes, and we have some guests on there too, 2222, Blizzard, 8888, Donna Kebab, and 5555, Honey Bee.
And that may be a little different to what you've seen on the screens, because
It
we
is.
did have some last-minute changes there. Out there to jam, Freak Show Francis for Ballarat going to take advantage of the power jam. Or at least try to. Oh, yeah,
Round
they
inside.
are. Lead picked up immediately. A little bit of chit-chat in the pack. Sailing on through for 4-point pass. Pipsqueak out of the box. Star in hand. Ooh. And they're through on their initial. Freak Show Francis picking up another 4 points for Ballarat. Scores now at 41 for the Rat Pack, 4 for the Diamond Firetails.
And if you're watching the stream, feel free to send some messages in the chat.
We have got Beetledukes and OG out there to jam. Nice dynamic work from both packs. Jack Spite with the big hit at the end, but OG is clear.
A bit of chase down by Little Fury.
That was quite the chase.
Yeah. It was a little furious, maybe.
OG being run back. So at the moment we have Beetlejuice still on their initial. OG on a scoring pass. And that is 4 points for Ballarat. Got Pins heading to the penalty box for Ballarat. Beetlejuice clear after their initial. Some nice offense there. OG is sliding down the outside, picking up 4 points.
Ooh, bit of bumpy, trying to keep Beetlejuice from getting through, but they do.
4 point pass for Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Got a bit of a pile up here in front of the commentary stand.
They certainly had to work hard for it, though. So it looks like a 12-point pass for the Rat Pack, putting them on 53, and 4 points for Firetails, putting them on 8.
We've got Honeybee going out to jam for the Firetails and Corey for the Rat Pack. Some beautiful offense there by Vindicator.
Just noting for those watching along that even though it says that the jammer is for the Firetails is Blizzard, it is not. It is Honeybee.
Nice try there by Blizzard.
Yeah.
Just misses the timing and Corey sails on through without a touch. Honeybee completes their initial. Corey slides on through, picking up 4 points on that pass and calls the jam. Oh, Scout, I love that we've been referred to as Derby experts.
I know. I
I'm
don't
not
know
loving
about
as
that.
much us popping up on the screen.
Don't know about that. You are.
It's like being in a Teams call at work.
It's like,
but I don't have the power to turn it off. Pipsqueak out there against Freak Show Francis.
Yeah, Pipsqueak on those toe stops. They are now lead jammer.
Beautiful hit out there by Blizzard, but unfortunately she did not stay up, so Freak Show able to re-enter straight away. Pipsqueak sliding through on the inside line, picking up the 4 points, calling the jam before Freak Show has a chance to score.
That's how it's done.
If you're lucky. Beetlejuice heading out to jam for the Firetails and OG for Ballarat. Oh, OG with the hit off the line. Beetlejuice is back on and attacking that pack.
Oh, another chase down and hit by Little Fury.
OG shrugging it off, picking up lead. OG with the 4 points on that pass. I believe Beetlejuice still on their initial. Cyclo with the hit to the inside and the run back.
Now, if Cyclo's looking awfully familiar, I believe this is their third game today playing.
On top of 2 or 3 yesterday?
Yeah. They must have the good batteries. I don't know. It's an Energizer Rabbit just keeps
I do
going.
not have those batteries.
Yeah.
We've had a star pass for the Diamond Firetails.
Yeah, I believe that's Watto, number 351.
OG rewarding them by calling off the jam.
was an 8-point jam for Ballarat's Rat Pack, putting them on 69 points, and Firetails sitting on 12.
We've got an
Official.
official timeout.
Mhm.
Out there, we've got Corey waiting to jam for the Rat Pack, Honeybee for the Firetails. Thank you. Not only might some of our skaters be looking tired out there, most of our refs have also done multiple games over the weekend. Some reffing, some playing. We've got a gear malfunction for one of our officials in the middle being assisted by the bench coach from the Rat Pack.
That's awesome.
Little bit of a track repair down here.
Yeah, all our officials, our skating officials in the stripes, our non-skating officials wearing mostly black. Yeah, everyone just did so many multiple tasks, multiple roles over
And
the
our
whole weekend. It takes
fancy-
everyone.
Our fancy photographers in high vis. Corey picks up lead.
And again, worth noting on the screen, it is not Blizzard jamming. It is Honeybee.
Corey with a 4-point pass. Yeah, that's right. Honeybee is out there jamming. Was being run back by their usual teammate Pins. But unfortunately, Pins went down, so Honeybee could re-enter straight away. Got caught up in that Ballarat blocking group again as Corey skates on through and picks up another 4 points. Honeybee with the star in hand. And we have had a star pass for the Firetails. So I think that will be Jack Spite, now the jammer for the Firetails.
There we go.
Great work. We've just seen Alice, the pivot for Ballarat, head to the penalty box. Corey picking up another 4 points for Ballarat there. Donna Kebab up there trying to do some offense for Jack Spite.
About that Rat Pack tripod, doing
So strong.
everything they can to keep Jack Spite, who is now the jammer, from getting through for any points.
Are they though? Corey with a beautiful spin there to get away and pick up another 4 points on that pass.
That was a big one for Rat Pack.
And 3 points picked up for the Firetails.
So it was a 24-point jam for the Rat Pack, putting them on 93, and a three points picked up for Firetails, putting them on 15.
Beautiful. Going into this next jam, we've got Pipsqueak out there for the Firetails and Freak Show Francis with the star for Ballarat. Beautiful footwork there by Freak Show Francis up the outside to pick up lead. Had a penalty call on Cyclone, number 200 for Ballarat. They're heading to the penalty box. While that's happening, Pipsqueak picking up their initial pass. Pack's moving quite quickly as Freak Show Francis with the beautiful whip off the Mad Splatter. 4 points there for the Rat Pack.
All right, maybe we can take this opportunity to go through the Rat packs roster. That'd be cool. I'll do it for you.
That would be
Razorback,
amazing.
you've called more games than I have this weekend. I got you.
I also yelled at my teammates a lot during my game, so
There we go. So again, if there's any numbers different that I'm calling out, it's because there was some changes before the game. So we have 0-1 Freak Show Francis, 7-0-0 Rock, 166 Birdie, 104 Daisy Chainsaw, who made their debut yesterday, 2-2 Corey, 266 Beck, 200 Cyclo, again third, maybe 300th game today, I don't know, there's been a lot of games. 4-7 Alice, 106 the Mads Platter, also guesting. Number 77 Vindicator, 814 OG, and 800 Pins. So that team time out is over. Bit of a score update. We did get Rat Pack has broken into the triple digits. 8-point jam, putting them on 101.
had no idea the camera was on me while I was looking at photos of my teammates' bruises. Looks like we got OG out there for Ballarat, Beetledukes for the Firetails, and Cyclo still in the penalty box for the Rat Pack. Nice run back there by Blizzard. And a nice run back there by Alice. And another run back there by Alice when OG has picked up not lead jammer. All right. As far as we've seen, we do not think either of these jammers have lead, which means this will go for the full 2 minutes.
Yeah.
OG popping out the front. Picking up 4 points on that pass. Beetledukes emerging from that pack. We're saying Beetledukes does have lead now. Okay.
There we go.
And a 4-point pass for OG. Massive hit there by Alice on Beetledukes. And the jam ends.
That's an interesting jam. So we'll wait to get some score confirmation on that one, which was our 12th jam of this first half of our very last game for this double round of Statewide Stampede in Mildura, hosted by the wonderful TRV, Team Regional Victoria.
All righty, we got a little official review while everyone has a chat. Just
Official
works out who's doing
timeout.
what.
Official timeout.
That's what I meant.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Is anyone watching the live stream? I'm getting no love, no emojis.
It's probably for the best. Maybe they tuned into our game yesterday.
I was like, no, I'm not watching that. Oh, come on, I'm sure we were the most entertaining.
right, we are ready to go again. I think there was some interpretive Simpsons motions going on out there on the track. A little bit of, if I'm kicking my legs like that and you get in my way, it's not my fault. But in Derby, it definitely is your fault. We've got Corey out there to jam for Ballarat, Honeybee for the Firetails.
Oh, thanks, Muggles, in the chat. Muggles says, I'm still here. Red. Love heart emoji. Thank you.
Lead called for Corey. Vindicated with the run back on Honeybee. But Honeybee shrugs off another hit by Vin, manages to stay up. They've completed their initial. Corey's completed a scoring pass.
Again, that's not Blizzard. I'm going to start calling Honeybee not Blizzard. Not Blizzard.
Corey with some excellent communication to their pack there. And Corey with a 12-point jam, I think. 4 points picked up by the Firetails.
It's good to see both teams picking up points. So it's a big 12-point, solid 12-point jam for the Rat Pack, yeah.
Got an official timeout. Alrighty, looks like we've got Pip Squeak out there to jam for the Firetails. Freak Show Francis for the Rat Pack.
Oh, this one's exciting. They're both good jammers to watch, but geez, Freak Show Francis is so quick.
Pip Squeak, not that.
Look at his legs.
Nope,
So fast.
Pip Squeak going to the penalty box.
No.
As a cut track call.
It's
Freak Show Francis picking up 4 points. Just barreling through their own blockers.
Surely there must be a record somewhere of the quickest time in a jam to get to score for the first points. Right.
Should set up some sort of like sprinter's gun.
Because that was pretty quick.
That was very quick. Pip Squeak back on track with star in hand. Freak Show Francis. Big pile up. Everyone's up and back in it. Huge hit by Freak Show on Power Ranger.
I love that Power Ranger just gets up laughing.
I mean, it's the beauty of Derby, isn't it?
Power Ranger also sporting a pretty cool black eye, making it look extra tough.
Super tough. Freak Show Francis with the fancy feet. That was a 20-point jam for the Rat Pack.
His 20-point jam putting the Rat Pack on 145 and Firetails sitting on 23.
OG out to jam for the Rat Pack and Beetlejuice for the Firetails. Lead goes to the Rat Pack. Quite a few skaters down up the front there. Beetlejuice taking advantage of the carnage, skating out, Star back on head. A series of hits from the Firetails on OG.
Absolutely. I think it's Watto and Little Fury out
Nice.
there laying, laying down the law. And it's all smiles and laughs after that jam.
3 points picked up by the Rat Pack. None for the Firetails in that. Firetails at 23. Rat Pack on 1-4-8. We've got Honeybee out to jam for the Firetails and Corey for the Rat Pack. Series of Firetails blockers going down, and Corey skates on past, picking up lead. Corey pushing their own blockers out of the way to pick up 4 points on that pass. Honeybee with Star in hand emerges from the pack on their initial.
And sometimes that's all it takes. It's just the jam to take off that helmet cover and, yeah.
Add a little bit of confusion to the mix. Corey picking up another 4-point pass there and calling the jam.
So that extends the Rat Pack's lead. They're now sitting on 156. Firetails are now at 23. Looks like we have Pipsqueak to jam again for Firetails. And Freak Show Francis in the black for the Rat Pack. Or should we start saying Fancy Feet Freak Show Francis?
I tried before, it was too many
And it
Fs.
is a lot.
Pipsqueak being run back. Freak Show picking up lead for the Rat Pack. Cyclo with the run back. Beautiful offense there by Vindicator, allowing Freak Show to just slice through the middle of that tripod. Pipsqueak has completed their initial. Looks like that one was an 8-point jam for the Rat Pack, taking them up to 164. Firetails on 23. Just over 4 minutes to go in this first half of this final game of the final day.
That's a lot of Fs.
And we got a timeout for track repair. Official timeout.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea not to skate over a poor person repairing the track.
Not when they're so kindly, like kneeling down and fixing
Right.
that track all weekend.
Yeah, making it safe.
Yeah, we got Beetlejuice out there for Firetails and Corey for the Rat Pack. Corey is out the front picking up lead. And Corey is out, having picked up 4 points on that pass. Pins with the run back on Beetlejuice. Got Jack Spite up there trying to play some offense for their jammer. 4-point pass there for Corey.
Mm.
4-point pass there for Corey.
Beetlejuice trying very hard to get through this absolutely tough Ballarat wall.
4 points for Corey. Beetlejuice with star in hand, being run back by Alice, I think.
Yeah, that's Alice. Yeah, forcing the recycle on Beetlejuice.
Corey is through on a 4-point pass. Alice with some beautiful solo blocking at the rear of the pack there. Corey up the outside for a 4-point pass. Beetlejuice shrugs off a hit from Alice, makes it out of the pack.
That felt like a very long jam.
Really did. I bet it did for those on track too.
Yeah, I bet.
Just waiting for the points to be confirmed.
All right.
That was 28 points picked up by Corey in that jam.
Nice work. That puts the Rat Pack on 192. Firetails.
You're right, Muggles, it's Groundhog Day.
Every jam, Groundhog Day.
Jam is on. We've got Honeybee for the Firetails and Freak Show Francis for the Rat Pack, picking up lead.
That's Fancy Feet, Freak Show Francis. Number 01 in the black.
Honeybee is out on their initial.
Or as I'll reiterate, it's not Blizzard. So another 4 points on the board for the Rat Pack, but in the 196.
And we've got an official review called for the Firetails.
There we go.
Pipsqueak, our captain for the Firetails, abandoning the jammer line to go and listen in. Alrighty, we are back, and The Firetails were not successful in that official review, so they have lost their review for this half. Pipsqueak out there jamming for the Firetails against OG for the Rat Pack. OG picking up lead for the Rat Pack. And Pipsqueak being run all the way back by Alice.
And I see your comment, Muggles, in the chat. You have to find a different way to say 4 points, Corey, every scoring trip, please and thank you. During that little timeout, I did say to Razorback, maybe different languages, but no. There's nothing. We don't know.
I got nothing.
I don't know. Have to think about how to say 4 even in English at this point.
OG slipping up the inside, picking up 4 points on that pass. Pipsqueak emerges on the outside on their initial.
All the noise from all the bench coaches, amazing.
OG sailing out of the edge of the track, calling the jam. And it is half time. We'll be back in 15 minutes.
From now on, these eyes will not be blinded by the light. From now on, what's waited till tomorrow starts tonight. Let this promise in me start like an anthem in my heart. From now on, from now on. I drink champagne with kings and queens. The politicians praise my name. But those were someone else's dreams, the pitfalls of the man I became. For years and years, I chased their cheers, a crazy speed of always needing more.
looks like we're back for the second half of this very last game of this very long weekend.
The final half.
And this is Diamond Firetails against the Rat Pack from Ballarat.
Looks like we've got Corey out to jam for the Rat Pack and Honeybee for the Firetails.
And that's right, that was a great performance by the Limitless Dance Academy for our halftime show.
It was wonderful. Corey picking up lead.
And again, that's not Blizzard, that is Honeybee jamming for Firetails. Seeing a bit of a spill there.
That's 4 points to Corey. Nice run back there by the Mad Splatter. Pile up in the middle. Corey with the 4 points.
No, another language. You gotta do another language.
I rearranged the words. Honeybee is out after completing their initial.
And it's a
Big hit. Corey calls the jam from the floor.
what I like to call a floor off. Calling that one.
I like that.
Yeah. There's nothing like a classy floor off.
A showy call-off, one may say. That was a 12-point jam for the Rat Pack, taking them to 2-1-2. 1 point for the Firetails, taking them to 24. We've got Pipsqueak out there for the Firetails and Freak Show Francis for the Rat Pack. Lead goes to Ballarat. Bit of friendly fire between the Rat Pack. Pipsqueak still on their initial. Freak Show Francis picking up 4 points for the Rat Pack. Pipsqueak completing their initial.
I love the support behind the jammer there from their teammates.
And Rat Pack picking up another 4 points and calling the jam.
So it now puts Rat Pack on 220 points, Firetails on 24. Now we've got some fun commentary extra commentary happening in the live chat.
They're suggesting ways that we can rearrange our words.
Because I'm like, wait a minute, Corey's not even out there right now.
Thank you for providing me with that script, Muggles. I will be referring to that.
Yeah, we've got Muggles
Beetlejuice
in
out there jamming for the Firetails and OG for the Rat Pack.
I don't know if we need to promote that kind of drinking game, Evie.
4 points. Sorry, that's lead jammer for OG. Fancy footwork on the inside for OG to pick up 4 points. Cyclo with the hit on Beetlejuice.
I'm only going to point it out because I like the 2s and 4s on the scoreboard right now. 24 to 224.
We've had a star pass for the Firetails.
Yeah. Lotto, who was the pivot for the Firetails, now has that star helmet cover.
And OG calls the jam before they have a chance to score any points.
given that we can see that Corey will be jamming again for the Rat Pack, maybe we should try out some of these alternatives to say.
Maybe, or maybe Honeybee's going to shut them down. And Corey emerges from the pack first.
Hey, I like that. It's good. And in the chat, Evie does say, cheering for Corey right now. They're having such a great game. Yeah, I agree with that one.
Corey has been awarded 4 points on that pass.
Evie says, all you need to say is, Corey is busy. I like that.
Oh, we've got a helmet cover on the floor for the Firetails. I think it's the pivot. And while I was talking about that, Corey has gone around the track again. Got a multiplayer block issued on someone. That was pins for the Rat Pack. Corey shrugs off a hit and 4 points scored by Corey.
Power Ranger attempting it very bravely to stop Corey.
Honeybee with the star in hand, being run back by Alice. Power Ranger also being run back. I think I missed an opportunity before to mention that Corey had done another lap, and
Look, we're just going to say Corey is busy. I think that's my favourite so far.
that is quite the stretched out pack there.
Some noise happening from the Firetails bench. Love to hear it.
Looks like that was a 20-point jam for the Rat Pack. Diamond Firetails sitting on 24.
I love how much fun is happening in the live stream chat right now. Don't worry, we're saving that one. That's gold. That is gold. You're right, Evie. That's the gold one from Muggles.
Freak Show Francis picking up lead for the Rat Pack. And Pipsqueak jamming for the Firetails has emerged after their initial also. The angle that Freak Show Francis just scooted around that pack was incredible.
Agree.
This is the second Rat Pack game that I have commentated this weekend, and I am such a fan.
Yeah, I feel like I've called, not this weekend, but quite a few other Ballarat games that, have Freak Show Francis, and I'm like, yeah, that is amazing. Amazing skills.
We've got a team timeout for the Firetails.
lining up to jam now, we have Beetledukes in the white for the Firetails from 84. And we have OG in the black for the Rat Pack. And we have lead taken by Rat Pack's jammer, OG, number 814. I'm going to take this opportunity to shout out to our bench crew. If they happen to watch this back, then they'll be able to see, they'll be able to hear, their shout out. So on the bench for Firetails, we have Siebes the Dame and we have Griv Reaper. And on the bench for the Rat Pack, we have a Rock, Defiantly Eve, and a JR. Doing a good job there. It's hard work.
OG calling that jam before Beetledukes had a chance to pick up any points. All right, Corey is out there to jam for the Rat Pack, Pipsqueak for the Firetails. We've got 4 little ducks.
Sure do.
Pipsqueak with the fast start. Corey with the fast lead.
Still, the Pipsqueak's toes top work is pretty impressive.
Absolutely incredible.
Are we ready for it?
4 sets of hips don't lie, and Corey has just kept them honest by adding 4 points to the game score and then calling off the jam.
Yay. So Rat Pack now on 267, and Diamond Firetails are on 24.
Honeybee heading out to jam for the Firetails against Freak Show Francis for the Rat Pack.
And of course, that is not Blizzard, that is Honeybee. And it's Honeybee. I had a brain moment there, just like,
Freak Show
Stop.
Francis picking up lead. Four points to the Rat Pack. It's a multiplayer call on the Firetails jammer, meaning that the Rat Pack have a power jam. Freak Show Francis picking up another 4 points. And that's
impressive.
such a beautiful whip there, right in front of us. Thank you for that, guys. Freak Show Francis getting their ducks in a row.
There's another 4 points for the Rat Pack. Just effortless fancy.
I got nothing to say.
Footwork by Freak Show Francis on the
Nice
inside.
nice hit by Birdie on the outside on Honeybee. Doing
know
the
what,
run back.
There's been some impressive hits by Birdie, actually. Number 166 for the Rat Pack.
Freak Show Francis picking up another 4 points while we weren't looking.
And that's right. Evie in the chat. Francis is on fire. Oh my OMG.
Agreed.
Wow.
Speaking of OG, they're heading out to jam for the Rat Pack and Beetledukes for the Firetails.
So that was a 28-point jam, by the way, for the Rat Pack. you know, just nothing.
Easy peasy.
So
I mean,
easy.
It's just been a big weekend. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Jam is on. OG with some beautiful footwork up the outside line, picking up lead. Big hit by Beck on Beetledukes. OG heading into the pack with real confidence, but DK was there to knock him to the outside and run him back. Beetledukes emerges after completing their initial.
And OG coming up against the Firetails pack there. And the bench coach from the Rat Pack yelling out for their jammer to call it. And
Yeah,
they
very
do.
well timed. Beetledukes did all the work but didn't get the rewards at the end. 2-2-2-2.
It's the Ducks. It's the Little Ducks again.
Pipsqueak versus Corey.
I love that's all smiles and fist bumps on the jam line too. That's what Derby is about. Oh, here we go.
And they are both out.
Mm-hmm.
Corey has the lead. No points for anyone. Honeybee heading out to jam for the Firetails, and we have an official timeout.
Maybe, speaking of the officials, maybe we should give a little shout out to the officials sticking around to make this last game happen.
Honestly, it's so appreciated. We can't play Derby without officials, and so we appreciate them. And photographers. We can't play Derby without photographers. And commentators. We can play
What?
Derby without
What?
commentators. In fact,
You
some
play-
people may prefer it.
No one can hear us anyway. It's fine.
We're legit just here to commentate for the NSOs that are sitting next to us.
Absolutely. But I will go through everyone that's on this list. Sorry if we miss you. Again, there's been some changes because this is a busy weekend. So we have Abby Normal, Crucio. I believe I saw Rexy out there as well. Crystal. Evil K. Kilohertz. Panda. Griff. And Buster Hammy. We also have in the Stripey Stripes, Disaster Chief, Bonnie Jovi, Good Juju, as opposed to Alter Ego, Bad Juju, Just Sad Slaughter, Mama Mayhem, and Spendy.
And I do see Killer Curls out there as well.
Of course, yes.
And Sophiopath. Speaking of officials, that was excellent hand action by our jam timer. Freak Show Francis picking up lead. Honeybee not that far behind though.
Yes, and shout out to the clowns in the chat.
Freak Show Francis with the fancy feet. Honeybee also with the fancy feet. It's 4 points apiece.
I don't think it's silly at all, Evie and Muggles. It's nice.
We have got a power jam for the Diamond Firetails with Freak Show Francis picking up a back block and heading to the penalty box. This
There we
jam's
go.
going for the full 2 minutes.
Sure is, and we have Honeybee. Or not
That was-
Lizard, as I've been calling them.
That was a beautiful team offense there by the Firetails. Got a no-pack call.
Around the ball. How? How? This is some kind of sorcery.
No words.
That was, of course, Freak Show Francis just going up the inside, just effortless.
Just skating around, all 8 blockers out there like they're just cones. Goes for the hit on Honeybee. Honeybee goes down. Freak Show Francis stops to check they're okay and then skates away.
That's what
I
we
love roller derby.
Yeah, so much love. In the chat, we have Muggle saying, let's go Firetails and get some points, not Blizzard. Blizzard's going to watch this back and get a big surprise.
What a jam. Points, 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 points.
There is points for both sides. Love to see it. That was a fun jam. At least fun for us, anyway.
We had points. We had jammer on jammer action. We've got...
So I think that was 16 points aside. So putting Firetails on 40. And a little bit of pie there on the board. The Rat Pack on 314.
Delicious. Beetlejuice out there jamming for the Firetails now against OG for the Rat Pack. OG picking up lead, but it was knocked to the inside by Jack Spite and run back to almost the rear of the pack. Beetlejuice heading to the penalty box. A lot happened. So Rat Pack on a power jam at the moment. Rat Pack blockers just leaving OG to fight for themselves. Power Ranger has dropped off to bridge to make sure that the rest of their blockers can stay in play. And we've got a second bridge dropped. Blizzard and Jack Spite working really well together up the front. Blizzard drops off. Jack Spite holds. Oh. Really did. That was an excellent penalty kill by the Firetails blockers there.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got double.
All that work and no points for anyone.
That's right. I was almost going to say double donuts. It was not. We had a no score and no pass.
Together up the front. Blizzard drops off. Jack Spite
Pipsqueak
holds,
and Corey back out there.
And that is lead to Pipsqueak. Firetails are in the lead. Rat Pack hot on their heels.
Wow, this is great. Great derby happening here in Mildura. Yes. Bit of a mid-air call-off and a hug from Little
We
Fury.
have got 2 points picked up for Pipsqueak. Just confirming black. And that is lead. Official timeout.
Let's get some confirmation on
Surprise,
those
surprise.
points.
We have a difference of opinion between the jammer and possibly the jam ref as to points.
Another shout out to Sports Connection Australia for coming the distance.
Nope, they're in agreement. 1 point.
Oh, we got some excitement. That was 1 point on the board for Rat Pack. Putting them on 315. And 2 point jam for Firetails, putting them on 42.
And we've got a team timeout for the Firetails. And we are back. Freak Show Francis for the Rat Pack and Beetlejuice for the Firetails.
Freak Show Francis does it again, taking out lead.
We've got less than 10 minutes to go in this game and this weekend, except for Pack Up.
We just won't talk about the pack up.
Beetlejuice emerges with their initial complete. Freak Show Francis with the fancy footwork spins their way through for 4 points. Bit of communication with the bench. What are we doing? We're going to keep going. Doing again.
The rock has spoken.
More derby. Oh. Freak Show Francis with the 4 on the score. Beetlejuice is in the pack on their scoring pass. Freak Show Francis just knocking them down like they're bowling pins. I mean, not how I bowl. I'm not very good, but how I've seen other people do it. Got a high block called on one of the Rat Pack blockers. Beautiful hit there by someone in the Firetails pack.
Someone.
Four more for Freak Show Francis. Got a direction call on the pivot for the Firetails.
Yeah, Jack Spite being like, yeah, I saw that little nod there after it was called. Yeah.
Good
yeah.
call, ref.
Yeah, that's me. Off to the bin.
Freak Show Francis just winding down the clock.
There we go.
Thank you, Muggles, you're correct. The weekend is not over until everyone is home safe. And for some, that's a real long time.
Oh, it is.
How long's your drive?
10 hours if we don't do stops. I dare say it'll take probably about 12, but we're not going tonight.
That's so far. All right, Honeybee out there jamming for the Firetails. OG for the Rat Pack. Daisy Chainsaw returning to track after serving that penalty from the previous jam.
And again, Daisy Chainsaw's debut with the Rat Pack was yesterday.
Amazing, they're doing so well.
Yeah, second game. And
Honeybee has emerged on there after completing their initial. And we've got a power jam. OG heading to the penalty box. This one's going the full 2 minutes. Honeybee with the fancy, fancy footwork on the inside, picking up all 4 points.
And again, not Blizzard. No, that is Honeybee.
And with the Rat Pack jammer heading to the penalty box, they have lost lead jammer status. Honeybee picking up another 4 points. Jack Spite in there with the offense. Honeybee with the big hit. Just trying to break their way through. Got the jammer for the Rat Pack is back on track.
Around the outside, it's Honeybee.
We got a blocking out a play call on Vindicator for the Rat Pack. Honeybee picking up another 4 points there. OG back on track after serving that penalty and popping out of the front, picking up 4 points. Honeybee skating past some carnage there that she was not a part of, picking up another 4 points.
That's right. And while we have not Blizzard on track jamming for the Firetails, there is a real Blizzard in the penalty box.
Power Ranger with the beautiful offense up the inside. That's another 4 points for Honeybee.
The Firetails make some noise.
Vindicator's back on track. OG. Oh, Blizzard was in the box too. Getting to track after guys, penalty from that was a 20-point jam for the Firetails. Their highest point score in a single jam all game. Amazing, they're doing so
Nice
well.
work,
Honeybee.
Yeah, second game.
And we got a team timeout called by Ballarat. Alrighty. There is not much time left in this game. We have got our 22s out on the jam line. Pipsqueak for the Firetails. Corey for the Rat Pack.
It's so quiet.
And that is lead jammer status to Corey. Pipsqueak, not that far behind though.
That's right, Muggles. It's anyone's game. Could be comeback time. If we'd have all the 20-point jams.
Corey picks up the 4, calls the jam.
That was again 4 sets of hips that don't lie. Looks like we have our fancy feet freak show Francis. That is really hard to start saying. 4 words in a row that start with F.
And Beetlejuice for the Firetails. And that is a back block call on the jammer for the Rat Pack. Lead is still open. Beetlejuice picking up lead with some... No, not picking up lead.
Lead was...
Picking
there we
up
go.
lead. Yeah, there it is.
Make some noise.
I jumped the gun.
Firetails.
You're right, Muggles. The comeback is on. Beetlejuice picking up 4 points on that pass. Got a direction hit called on Vindicator. Beetlejuice, another 4-point pass. Freak Show Francis back from the penalty box. And completing their initial. Beautiful bean dip there by Freak Show Francis.
Wow.
We've got Power Ranger heading to the penalty box. Beetlejuice taking advantage of the confusion to head through. Calls the jam off.
Again, so impressive. But a big jam for Firetails.
That was amazing.
More points.
Looks like we had 12 points to the Firetails during that jam. 4 to the Rat Pack.
That's right, putting the scores now on 78 to the Firetails and 351 for the Rat Pack. I think we have some Firetails and Beetlejuice fans in the chat.
Both of our 22s out of the pack and skating relatively close to each other. Corey's got lead, calls the jam.
Yeah.
And we have just over 2 minutes to play in this game.
We do. And that's a good point, Muggles. Muggles are so many jammers numbered 22 because of Whippet.
Probably.
Yeah, maybe.
I predate Whippet.
Hey?
I predate Whippet.
That's it. That's impressive. Yeah.
Yep. I am so derby old that I went to the first screening of Whippet at the Jam Factory.
Oh, well, there you go.
Honeybee out there jamming for the Firetails. Freak Show Francis picking up lead, but Honeybee right on their heels.
How many years for you now, Razorback?
15.
15. There you go.
Freak Show Francis slides through, picking up all 4 points, but so does Honeybee. Some beautiful juking there by Freak Show Francis. 4 points. And that's 4 more for Honey. Nope. I called that way too soon. They were still in the pack.
That's there.
4 more for Honeybee.
That's right. Not Blizzard getting more points. The Rock says call it. Freak Show Francis does just that.
We got a timeout called by Ballarat. This weekend is not over. Rat Pack timeout.
what's going to...
That means we definitely have one more jam. One more jam. Alrighty, one more jam. We've got OG heading out there. We've got the Ballarat dancers heading to the line. We've got Pipsqueak for the Firetails. We got one person sitting very casually in the penalty box. I can't say who it is, but they've got a nice cross-leg stance. Thank you. That's Disgrace with the excellent posture in the box. And that's another lead to the Fire Starters.
Fire for the Firetails, number 22, Pipsqueak.
OG is also out and eligible to score points. Alice with the run back.
There we go.
Pipsqueak flying through.
What was that on?
There was one chop at the hips like it was going to be a call-off, and then a no.
No.
Beautiful run back there on the Rat Pack Jammer. Pipsqueak through the pack, another 4 points. OG leaving absolute carnage in their wake.
And Siebes from
And
the
that
Firetails bench
is
signaling
the
call.
game. Firetails absolutely going on a run at the end of that game. Lots of hugs, lots
Shout
of
out
applause.
to Mama Mayhem. Well done, Mama Mayhem.
She did so much this weekend
So
and
much to
all
make
the
this weekend
time.
happen. Massive shout out to everyone for making this weekend happen. Too many. I think it's too many people to even announce.
Way too many.
The one I should mention actually is the wonderful Ra of Social Grind Media. Check out Social Grind Media on the socials. I'm sure in the next, I'm not even going to put a deadline on all their photos that she's taken, but you will come across photos from Social Grind Media from the event this weekend.
A massive thank you to the crew that have been broadcasting this all weekend.
Yeah.
Everyone appreciates it.
Sports
and
Connection Australia.
we are done.
Done.